Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, St. Anne man slapped with several charges in different incidents. The police have charged a man with several offenses in relation to two separate incidents in St. Anne this year. He has been identified as 24-year-old Ramesh Golding of Buckfield, Uterius in the parish. Golding is charged with shopbreaking and larceny, shooting with intent, possession of prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, using a firearm to commit a felony, attempted shopbreaking with intent, and malicious destruction of property. In the first incident, about 5 p.m. on Saturday, March 30, a man locked his business place and left. On Monday, April 1, about 3:50 a.m., the police responded to reports that the store was being broken into. On their arrival, the police said a padlock to the front grille was observed to be cut and the glass of the front door broken. It is alleged that a quantity of assorted jewelry valued at approximately $200,000 was stolen. The police said during the investigation, footage from the CCTV system showed Golding as the suspect. In the second incident, which occurred on Monday, July 22, a man who was working at a plaza was doing routine checks when he was alerted to a noise coming from the back of the business establishment. It is reported that, upon making checks, he saw two men armed with guns walking away from a motor bus that was parked behind the building. The gunmen reportedly opened fire at the man, however he escaped unhurt. Upon further checks of the facility, it was revealed that the alleged gunmen entered the premises by cutting a section of a fence located at the back of the business establishment. A report was made to the police and an investigation was carried out. The police said Golding was subsequently arrested and charged after he confessed to committing the crime. His court date has not been finalized and his accomplice is currently being sought by the police. Keith Clark murder trial resumes on Wednesday. The Keith Clark murder trial is set to resume tomorrow after issues with one of the jurors delayed its resumption yesterday in the Home Circuit Court. At the start of the Michaelmas term, Justice Dale Palmer informed the court yesterday that one of the jurors was involved in an accident and would be available on Wednesday. The defendants, Lance Corporals Greg Tinglin, Odell Buckley, and the Private Arnold Henry, who are charged with Clark's murder, had their bails extended. The 63-year-old accountant was shot 21 times inside his master bedroom at his Kirkland Close St. Andrew home on May 27, 2010 during a police military operation to apprehend then-fugitive drug lord Christopher Dudus Coke. Clark's widow and daughter previously testified that they witnessed Clark being shot while climbing down from the closet with his back turned to the soldiers. Clark's daughter, Brittany, had insisted that he was shot at the window while coming down. Both relatives had also insisted that they were home alone with Clark when they heard the sounds and thought criminals were breaking in on them. However, a former government forensic analyst had testified that Keith Clark was shot while inside the closet in the master bedroom, contradicting the testimony from his widow and daughter that it occurred when he was climbing down from atop the closet. The expert witness also ruled out the idea that the witness was shot at the window. She had testified that she never saw any blood spatter on the window or the walls around the window. She also could not recall seeing a curtain or whether it had blood marks, but was certain there was no blood stain or spatter on the window. The court was told that it was likely that Clark was shot while positioned at the left side of the closet based on the blood spatter captured in a photograph she was shown. Meanwhile, the last witness, Brigadier Mahatma Williams, who commanded the unit linked to the death of the businessman, previously testified that, based on an aerial video that captured the shooting on the grounds of the premises, he believed that the soldiers acted in good faith. The aerial video, which was disclosed last month by prosecution, was recorded by the Jamaica Defense Force from a helicopter. Williams testified that after the incident, he and others reviewed the video, which showed that the soldiers came under attack from insurgents inside the Clark's premises and that the soldiers had followed the requisite drills. Williams also told the court that the JDF had relied on intelligence, which led them to the premises, and his team came under attack while heading to Kirkland to close. A former legal officer, Colonel Patrick Cole, is to take the stand on Wednesday. Businessman accused of son's murder offered bail on humanitarian grounds. A St. Andrew businessman who was reportedly captured on video shooting his son to death at the family business place in Papine, St. Andrew 3 years ago was offered $800,000 bail on humanitarian grounds. Delton Knight was arrested in April 2021 after he reportedly pulled a gun and shot his 38-year-old son Ruel in the chest, killing him. The 67-year-old accused, who is represented by attorneys at law King's Counsel Peter Champagny and Samoy Campbell, was offered bail in the Home Circuit Court last Wednesday during an emergency sitting while the court was on its August term break. The businessman was previously denied bail due to the strength of the prosecution's case, which involves the video recording of the incident and the witness statements. He is facing charges of murder and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition arising from the incident. According to police reports, about 9:45 a.m. on April 12, 2021, Mr. Knight, who is a licensed firearm holder, had a dispute with his son at their place of business. During the dispute, Mr. Knight reportedly pulled his weapon and shot Ruel in the chest and left the scene. The wounded man was rushed to the hospital where he later died. Mother of murdered schoolboy opens up about her son's death. In a gut-wrenching story of forgiveness and grief, Stacey and Dunkley, the mother of 14-year-old Ranil Plummer, is opening up about the devastating loss of her son, who was fatally stabbed outside Irwin High School in St. James earlier this year. The boy accused of the crime was freed of all charges, leaving Dunkley grappling with unimaginable pain. "He's a child. I forgive him and I love him," she said, her voice filled with emotion. "I hope that he makes something good of his life," Dunkley said. The St. James Family Court yesterday threw out the case against the 14-year-old accused of killing her child. The boy was initially charged with murder after Plummer was stabbed in the chest outside their school in Granville, St. James on April 17. Police reports indicate that Plummer had a confrontation with a schoolmate earlier in the day, and later he was attacked by the same student and a group of boys. During the brawl, a knife was used to fatally stab Plummer. He was rushed to the hospital but died while being treated. Despite the tragic outcome, Dunkley revealed she still prays for the boy who allegedly took her son's life. "Every day me pray. I pray for his mother, I pray for his father," she said. Plummer was Dunkley's middle child, and their bond was incredibly close. His death has left a void in their family that she fears will never be filled. "I love my son unconditionally, and he loved me. He loved his brother and sister. Even though we are poor, we had a very good relationship. I miss him so much. Sometimes I think I'm going to die from a broken heart. I think my heart is broken in a way that it cannot be fixed. It hurts so much," she added. Dunkley believes her son's kind nature may have contributed to his tragic death. She raised him to be a peacemaker, and she fears that his unwillingness to engage in violence led to his fatal encounter. "I'm born in Jamaica and I see these things all the time, and to know that it reached me. Sometimes I blame myself for all the good things me instilling on my children. Maybe if I had told my son to be violent, he would have been the one getting away with this. He wouldn't have been the one buried around my back door," she told the news. Trying to cope with the loss, Dunkley said she finds some solace in visiting her son's grave, but admits that the pain is still overwhelming. "I just came from over his grave because I just spread his shirt on it. I know it's done now, so I'm leaving it to God. Me can't eat, me can't sleep, me can't think, me can't do anything. If my son did dead by COVID, me would have feel better. If him did drop down and dead on a football field, me would feel better. But to know that another person stab him and kill him, you can't just take away people's life like that. Me feel some pain in my belly and my heart. To tell you the truth, I don't know how me not dead already," Dunkley bemoaned. In the meantime, attorney at law Maurice McCurdy, who represented the accused schoolboy, expressed their sympathies to Plummer's grieving family. Though the defense is pleased that the court found a favor with our submissions in law, there is nothing to celebrate about this case. A loss of a child is a major blow to any nation. It has never been lost on us that a family is grieving, McCurdy said. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.